Hello friends, welcome to our channel Tech Diffusion. So today we will discuss more about the thread programming or C++ advanced series programming part 4. So in that today we will discuss about the thread programming live example in the Windows programming system. So I will show you that how the thread programming work and how that we can create a thread, and on the next video series we will start the process as well as then we can give some related idea about that process. Then we will go to the other part of that threading programming, because that is also required with the once you start with the thread programming. So I'm not taking too much time for you. So today we will discuss about the thread programming. So let's start about that thread programming. Okay, so we can previously, like whatever we learning, a quick review on that, and then we will go with the program. So this is the C plus advanced programming thread related part 4. And previously we already discussed about some socket programming, and with the socket programming example and what are the live uses. Similar we uses a thread programming, what is thread and what are the concept and how thread is working and the thread life cycle, everything we discuss, and where we are used that thread, most of the famous example like computer system, word processing system. So we will discuss about today the thread programming C++ program. Okay, so for that I already written one program in the Visual Studio. Okay, so this is my simple Visual Studio C++ program in the Windows system. So for that, like I use some header file like fstream, iostream, string, and winsocket2.h. Some of not required and some of required, but I like follow the some standard. Like we need some socket programming in the future, so I included that everything. Okay, so first of all, whenever we start our programming, then we need to understand the main, right? The like program is start from the main programming, right? So how we are doing that thing? So in the main, when the program is run, comes to the main, and then we are creating some buffer, we are creating some thread IDs and output stream and input stream of that reading to file read and write. And these are the some handles. Handles why we are using handle is related to all about the thread programming, and these are part of that F stream. That's why I uses that F stream, and IO stream is related to our input output, and string is related to string functionality, and sock2 related to socket programming connection. Okay, so let me come to that next part. So this is the handle which we created in with the help of episteme, and this is the choice and the flag one with the values. So flag one is related to always true. So the our program will learn always means like thread continuously handle if anyone the task is come. Okay. So I created one while loop with a value flag, and I always putting asking a question like select your option, and like it's like a one type of menu application, one for the run the application, two for the exit. Okay, according to that choice, whichever we are putting that one and two or any other else, it will go to that inside the switch case. If the one, then we need to create a thread. So the create the thread is related to part of that process thread API.h, which is already come in that some other header file which is we are using presently. So when we are creating the thread, then these are the arguments which we need over there. Okay, so like thread attributes, size and start address, parameters and flag and the thread ID. So according to that, I am passing the same arguments to the thread once we creating the thread. As you can see that this is in null. So it's not needed like the thread attribute. We don't want to elaborate about the thread attributes. Okay. Second is our related to zero. So zero it denotes what? You can see already over there. Let me show you. See, zero related to stack size. We don't need presently the stack size. So that's why I declare as a zero. And the other operation, like whenever you are calling the creating a thread, then you need to like one of that operation which you want to do. So according to that, we are creating that start routine. Start routine means like from that which point you can like you can call that thread method or the thread is initialization. Okay, and other one is our parameter. Like what are the parameters where you want to pass? Like I want to that file writer and file writer. So according to that, again the next argument like the creation flag, which is I set it as a 0, and the TID. This is denotes, you can see over there, dword API through the dword. It is using simply the thread ID. We need to pass that thing. So these are the 6 arguments when we are creating a thread which we need to pass, and according to that it will create a thread and it returns the thread ID. Okay, and the thread ID which we need, we are getting that I am passing the wait for the single object. Like once the thread is finished, so other object can join. So the T1 I pass it and the infinite denote that it's a infinite time it will wait if the thread one is not finished work. Okay, so similarly, I created a thread 2 for the read from the file which is I'm using. Okay, and the case 2 is denotes like thanks for using the application, and the case 3 like default, like whenever we are passing one or two and any other, then it will show you enter a valid query. Okay, so not I'm now going to the write into the file method. What inside that? Simply, it's a very simple method. Like I'm creating a one buffer and output stream file writer I create open that simple.txt file which is it needs to present over where the project is present. Then it will ask you enter the data into the file. Okay, so according to that we are writing that, and whatever the write we are use the file holder, the file writer over there, and according to it it's written. Similarly, once we are do the read the file, similar I create the same opening the file and the reading the data, so it will read the data from that and the same the write. Okay, so it will create that sample.txt and read the file and according to will write. So this is the basic functionality of this program. Okay, and if you have any doubt or that related to functionality, and if you want to more information about that, then you can ping me on the chat. So I'm not taking too much time for you. And one more thing, like if you want to track your thread, like where is my thread and what are the things, you can check that. Let me show you by running. We can do that release and debug any of the mode which we are want to run. And that 86 because I'm using that 32-bit application for that. Okay. So like as I can show you that thing, like the case, it will ask you that select your option one to run the application and exit. Similarly, you can see over there. So let me press that one. So enter the data to write into the file. So once I press that one, so it will go to that write to the data, write into the file method. So it will ask you enter data to the write into the file. So let me enter something like hi. So now the once the thread one is finished, so according to that thread 2 will call. You already see that that is the T2 which we creating the thread, and in that we are reading the same the file object, right? So according to that it will read. So let me go to that reading data from the file. You can see the same thing, reading data from the file, and again it will ask the choice because I put it in the while loop all the things for that infinite. Okay, so till it will continue ask you these things. Now let me put it some as enter a valid query. You can see that that is our default case. Okay, so now let me press that one more time like that hi, I am channel user, channel developer. So it will do like that. We can stop over there as well as. Okay, so this is the way we can do the same thing. Okay, so this is the way we can do that thing. Okay, so and one more thing, like if you want to track your thread, then you need to go to Windows, and let me run that again. Okay, again let me do. So because of that, you can see the same thing over the thread, how Windows and the thread. Once you select this, then you can see that thing, and your CPU and everything you can see over there in the Visual Studio. Okay, so this is the way you can do. Because of why these things happen, because of over the memory which is I used. Okay, so if you have any question, and you want to do any more things, then you can do by your own way. Okay, so if you have it's my video is good and helpful for you, then please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. It will very helpful for me, guys. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my